안녕하세요. 저는 크리스입니다. 오늘은 pork chops and sweet potato mash 만들 거예요. So today I'm going to recreate a recipe that I saw on YouTube recently that Gordan Ramsay cooked. So the first thing I'm going to do is prepare the pork. You can see that it has quite a thick rind, so the skin on the outside. And to prevent the meat from curling, you place some slits in the back of the skin. And then after this, we're going to marinate the pork before we cook it very quickly. Pork, compared to most other meats, takes a little while to cook. It is quite thick. So now for the marinade for our meat. There's a couple of key ingredients that give it a really nice kick. Dried chili flakes. So you got 1 tablespoon of paprika powder, a couple of star anise crushed into small pieces. I can already smell some of the senses of the spices, which is really nice. And the last herb is coriander seeds, and these are crushed in a mortar and pestle like this. So just add those seeds into the marinade mix, and then a good dose of olive oil. So the last 2 items are salt and pepper, and give it a good mix. So grab the pork chop by the bone, and it's a simple dip on each side, and then onto a plate to chill. Number 2, giving it a good marinade, rubbing it in as much as you can, so that all the juices from the pork combine with the marinade. I'm going to boil some salted water to cook the sweet potato in. A couple of teaspoons of salt. I put the lid on so it boils faster. So sweet potato creates a really nice velvety mash if you have the right ingredients. So the process is just to cut these into bite-sized pieces. We're going to get the pan to a high heat. So we're going to add plenty of olive oil into the pan to get hot before we cook our pork. We're going to crush a couple of garlic cloves in the pan to give it some nice garlicky flavor. Just going to cut the garlic and the skins into smaller pieces. The pan started to smoke with the oil, means it's ready to cook. So just grab those garlics into the pan to sizzle and caramelize. Fresh thyme that we got from the grocery shop, and get that ready and separated for adding to the pork a little bit later. So just grabbing those pork chops by the bone, laying them on top of the garlic and oil. Don't move the pork too much while it's cooking, just a little shuffle around. Add a couple of sprigs of our fresh thyme and a little bit of olive oil over the top, just to keep it moist. You can hear the cardamom seeds popping. Just going to turn these over because they've been sitting for 3 minutes now. I'm going to cut a slice of butter to add into the pan. So after cooking on each side of the pork for 3 minutes, this is going to go straight into the oven for 8 minutes to cook further. So our sweet potato has been cooking for about 15 minutes now, and it's soft enough to the touch so that we can mash it. So just draining the water out there. So we're going to add some fresh spring onion, a good chunk of butter into the freshly prepared sweet potato, and mash it all together. And a good chunk of butter. I'm just mashing that until it's velvety. Out. They've been cooking for 8 minutes. And we're going to let them rest in the pan for about 5 minutes before we serve them. You can see that our pan sauce has taken on a really nice red drizzle color. So I'm ready to try if I've done a good job. Excited to try this. It's got a bit of crunch. It's got the nice sweet flavor of the sweet potato, which works really well with the spiciness of the pork.